The Last Black Man in San Francisco, 2019 feature debut of Joe Talbot, starring Jimmy Fails and Jonathan Majors. Fails also co-wrote the script. The film follows two young friends living in San Francisco. Jimmy, who's a handyman carpenter, but he's sort of out of a job, out of a regular home. He's living with the other guy in his house, Montgomery, who is an aspiring playwright and actor. The two men hatch a plan, a sort of scheme to try and retake ownership of a beautiful old house in one of the older San Francisco districts, which apparently the house, not the district, was built by Jimmy's own grandfather, who is said to have been the first black person to move into San Francisco all the way back in the 1940s. And the house was subsequently lost by the family. But the journey to get the house back becomes a journey to explore the ideas of boxing yourself in with certain visions of yourself, certain ideas about yourself, of not realizing that it's possible to lock yourself in a certain idea of who you're supposed to be, and as a result being unable to break from that, to move from that, and to grow as a person. It deals with stubbornness and the need to latch onto a sense of identity, of people sometimes failing to drop who they think they're supposed to be and then become who they can be. I like the film. I think it does one thing very well, which is that it has a unique feel. You know how sometimes you watch a movie and you think, oh, it reminds me of that other film. I didn't have that experience, not even once, with this one, simply because Last Black Man didn't remind me of anything else. It stands completely unique, I think. It's very pretty, with great use of music, editing, and shot composition, which honestly makes sense considering that the director had previously done a number of music videos. I like the performances. The film has been talked about as one of the beginnings of the meteoric rise of Jonathan Majors, but honestly, I think I enjoyed Jimmy Fails even more. I like that there is a contrast between them. Fails is conflicted, there's internal turmoil within him, he's not at peace with who he is, with himself, whereas Majors plays Montgomery as a very quiet, stoic, observant, kind of wise, just reading through the people around him and trying his best to point those people to his findings. It's a film that also goes through a whole range of emotions. It is at times triumphant, at times funny, at times poignant, and at times very sad and touching. I don't think it's perfect. For example, the stage performance sequence felt a little bit off for me, but on the whole, I enjoyed it for what it was, which is a solid movie.